So hi, my name is Danuja Shaji. I graduated from the MSIT Privacy Engineering program at CMU in December 2017. And prior to that, I was actually working as a math teacher back in Dubai, where I was born and raised. And this was actually a break year for me after my undergrad, which I did in India. And my majors was electronics and communication. So I have stumbled on a bunch of things before getting to privacy. The one thing that really interested me was this is not just another master's in computer science. This was in turn a master's in privacy with a focus in technology. So sort of the other way around. I did not want to pursue a pure software engineering or just, coding 24/7. I knew that was not what I wanted to do. And with privacy, I realized, like, once I joined the program, and then even before that, I realized there's so much scope for it, in terms of there is the policy aspect of it, there is the actual technical implementation side of things, and as well as the legal side of things. So you sort of have this flexibility to choose what you really like and pursue that, and have privacy as the overarching sort of guiding concept. So at Snap, we have the Information Security Organization, and privacy as a team lies in that org. And privacy by design team is sort of like a sub-team to privacy. And I've been part of that for the last 3 years. And my primary responsibility is working with feature teams to make sure privacy is considered as a fundamental aspect throughout the life cycle of a feature. So starting from design to implementation to the testing, release, full cycle. Apart from that, I also had the opportunity to develop the privacy review tool that we use at Snap. This was sort of our first attempt at automating privacy reviews. We believe we are getting closer to it. As you can imagine, it's not an easy task. So that's what our broad aim is, and that's something I've been working on. I also handle the privacy incident response at Snap, which has been a very interesting area to work in. Just understanding from working with the feature and developing the feature, and then finally after release, understanding how things can go wrong and how do we fix that, and like I said, full circle. So the best part about the privacy engineering program is that it's actually tailored to fit into the current technical landscape. So the various courses that I had during the program, let's say Foundation of Privacy, right, where I learned about differentiated privacy, anonymization, all of this applies in my day-to-day job. Whenever I work with teams that's working with big data or sharing of data with third parties, all of this technology, all of this knowledge very much comes into play on a very day-to-day basis. I feel like everything that I learned during the course of the program sort of came together when I joined Snap. I understood how the different pieces sort of fit together in a real life situation. So I had theoretical knowledge of GDPR when I graduated, and when I joined Snap, the company was preparing for GDPR, actually getting things in order. And I was like, I know what this is, and I can see how the law has come together with the actual engineering world. If you look at any of the job descriptions for a privacy engineer, you can so easily map it to the curriculum of the PE program. I mean, that in itself shows how well designed the program is. What I would suggest is understand what it means, right? We use privacy in such a flexible manner. Understand what privacy means to you, right? What when you hear the word privacy, what does it mean to you? And sort of understand that this is not, let me tell you, like, this is not going to be a coding career, and it's not going to be you're not going to become a lawyer. Like, MSITP program is not a law degree, right? Like, it's sort of what I would like to really call it. It's sort of the bridge between engineers and legal folks. And it's a very exciting place to be in because there aren't many people. So if you're the kind of person who's looking for a niche field, a new exciting field where you have the freedom to define what it is and how it should be, well, privacy is that. I get a bunch of people who have reached out to me on LinkedIn, and I try to answer most of this, where they just want to understand what it means. What happens if I take this program? What happens afterwards? What are my job opportunities? And I have the similar answer for everyone. This is a growing industry. You are going to find a good job. Like, companies are in need of you. You are not going to be in need of a job because they will come looking for you. And the PE program just prepares you for that. You might not come with a lot of background in privacy, and that's okay. I didn't. For me, it was purely reading up about it and finding that interest and understanding the value. And I know this is going to sound kind of cliche, but for me, privacy, when I think about the job I do and the work I do, I feel like in this world of like technology and AI and machine learning and all of that, and when we're losing the human touch, I feel like working in privacy sort of makes you feel like you're doing good, like you're doing the right thing for the users out there.